Now let's take a deep dive into the big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Mark Gilbert, and let's queer up politics. Did Pam Bondi just confirm Epstein had Trump photos? Did Florida's notorious former Attorney General Pam Bondi just confirm the unthinkable? Well, appearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee, Bondi was asked by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse whether the FBI had found compromising photos of Donald Trump in Jeffrey Epstein's safe. Whitehouse pressed for a simple yes or no. Bondi's response, or, maybe we'll call it lack of one, spoke volumes. She stared silently, mouth open, as one of the people waited, as we all waited, just to hear what is she going to say. That deafening silence, as one of the observers put it, has sparked a firestorm of speculation. Many believe Bondi's non-answer was a strategic answer, a choice, an attempt to avoid perjury without confirming that Epstein possessed photos of Trump with, quote, half-naked young women, unquote, as Whitehouse described them. Despite having the authority to release all Epstein records, both Trump and Bondi have refused. Trump had once promised transparency, but now dismisses Epstein's case as a Democratic hoax. Well, there's one we've never heard before, a Democratic. I like that. Interesting. The reluctance to unseal the files has only deepened suspicions. Trump's long-term friendship with Epstein and his own troubling record are part of what keeps this story alive. For many in the LGBTQ community and beyond, Bondi's silence isn't just about politics. It's about accountability, power, and truth still locked away. Now, I want to say something about this because this was their fight. This was the Republicans demanding that these files be opened. Mm-hmm. This is something that they insisted, from Bondi to all the Republicans in the House and Senate. They all insisted on the same thing. And now all of a sudden the tables are completely turned and they're locking everything away and saying, oh, well, never mind, including Donald Trump himself, calling it a Democratic scam, a hoax, and everything else.
No, it's funny because, why were Republicans saying that? Because their core base are conspiracy theorists. And
yeah.
No, I mean that very seriously. Donald Trump
you're right.
No, it's peddled in that forever.
He courted QAnon, he courted the conspiracy theory world, and as someone who used to research that sort of world in media matters, they are really obsessed with assuming other people are pedophiles and sexual offenders. And
babies in cages.
Don't even get me on that one, but Natalie Wynn, she's of ContraPoints, the YouTuber. She did a whole big thing on conspiracy, and she talked about how conspiracy theorists, they like to project that sexual abuse is exotic in someone else. So they really like to do that sort of projection, and that's why they're obsessed with it. Trump's courted them, and it's looking like there's some shirtless girl pictures with him in an Epstein safe somewhere. And, I applaud Senator Whitehouse for calling it out. I've met him many times as a former Rhode Islander myself, and in Rhode Island, you literally get to know everyone in the state because it's only 12
It doesn't take a long time to cross.
No, not really. But he's always been a good fighter with this stuff. The Democrats should keep pushing it, but seriously, Donald Trump, he courted this group. The conspiracy theorists are going to turn on him in a weird way. It's going to get really weird really fast.
I agree with that. I'm kind of waiting for it because that is the enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of, in this weird way, right? And I just, I also am anticipating these kind of fellow travelers kind of argument that might just kind of transpire before our very eyes, because that is, it's an odd group of people, and it's a very strange story. But there are deep silences, and that is, I don't peddle in conspiracy theories, and I don't. I hate that politics is so clearly started to do so. But there are infractions here that need to be understood in no unclear terms.
When Marjorie Greene is your friend,
right?
You've got real problems.
I know.
She's the only Republican really fighting to make sure that these files get open. She's the only one.
Even a broken clock.
One of the most
right. You can tell time one time a day. Right?
She's the true blue conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
and those types, they really take this sort of sexual assault stuff very seriously in their weird
as we should.
way. Yeah. And with the enemy of my enemy, we have one, that group is then, we've got a guy with probably dementia and a bunch of conspiracy theorists. That's what we're doing.
This is where we are.
Well, if you watch the trials, it was unbelievable. Bondi was defiant. She was adamant. She would not answer questions. And there is no accountability for this administration
at all.
From Epstein files to anything and
Anything
everything in between.
Whew, with that, this is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.